Hi, and welcome back to another online Jujitsu workout class. As usual, we hope everybody is healthy and safe and doing well and ready to participate in another online session. I was away for a week there because I had a minor surgery on my back, so I have some stitches in my back. I'm perfectly fine, but I'm going to avoid doing things that puts stress on that area, so some of the exercises we won't be doing today. But other than that, we're going to have regular class. So, welcome back, and let's get ready for class. Walk so. Walk so yame. Onegishimasu. Hands on your hips. Head to the right. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. And dai, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Head back, down, back, down, back, down, back, down. Look right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Tilt right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Anywhere you need it. Shoulders forward, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Reverse, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Alternating, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Reverse, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Elbows up, back, ich, ni, san, forward, ich, ni, san, forward, ich, ni, san, forward. Reverse, ich, ni, san, back, ich, ni, san, back, ich, ni, san, back. Left hand knee. Right hand forward, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Reverse, ich, ni, san, shi, go. On thigh, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Reverse, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Natural stance, both forward, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Reverse, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Left hand knee, right hand in, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Shake it in, shake it out, side to side, punch. And die, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Shake it in, shake it out, side to side, punch. And both hands in, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Reverse, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Shake it in, shake it out, side to side, double punch. Hips to the right, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Reverse, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Stretch back, forward, back hands overhead, forward, chest to your right knee, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Rux, ich, hach, ku, ju. Left, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Rux, ich, hach, ku, ju. Come up. I'm going to avoid doing the torso rotations today. So we're going to do twists instead. So twist right, left, right, left, and come down into shikadach. And breathe in, out, in, out, and drop your right shoulder, and thigh, thigh, thigh. Extend your right foot for side kick. Thigh, thigh, and thigh, and thigh, right toes up. Thigh. 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 Thigh all the way down. Thigh. 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 And drop into hurdler stretch. Forward. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist. Forward. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist. Thigh. Forward, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist. Forward, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist. Thigh, foot in front. Forward, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist. Forward, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist. Thigh. Forward, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist. Forward, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist. And feet in front. Pick them up. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Reach deeper. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Sit up straight, twist right, left, legs apart, to the right, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Left, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Center, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Right, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Left, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Center, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist right, left, and bring them in, right over left, rotate your ankle, opposite direction, massage your toes, ball of foot, instep and arch, heel, calf, shaky shaky, cradle, rocking, stretch, and put it down. Thigh, rotate your ankle, opposite direction, massage those toes, ball of foot, instep and arch, heel, calf, shake, 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 cradle, rocking, stretch, back down, twist right, left, and normally this is where we would go on our back, but we're not going to do that today. So let's just come up and get ready to do our push-ups. So we can get into push-up position if you can't do the face fall. Ready, hey. Push-up position, head up, right leg up, down, left leg up, down, head down, back, scoop, back, down, head up, right leg up, down, left leg up, down, head down, back, scoop, back, down, head up, right leg up, down, left leg up, down, head down, back, scoop, back, down, head up, right leg up, down, left leg up, down, head down, back, scoop, back, down, head up, right leg up, down, left leg up, down, head down, back, scoop, back, down, one more, head up, right leg up, down, left leg up, down, head down, back, scoop, back, down, hold, slowly down, relax, up, and thigh, and thigh, and thigh, turn around, drop to one knee, and fix anything you need to fix. Left arm knee, kata gesh. Remember to sink into those knees. This. And thigh. And thigh. EQ. Thigh. And thigh, EQ. And thigh. And thigh, thank you. And thigh. And thigh, shihanagi. thigh. Thigh, finger wrist stretch. Thigh. And shake it loose. Okay, Senpai Mario-san, seeing as you are here and I can go into a little bit more detail, there's something I wanted to touch on that was very helpful for me when dealing with hominy and knees bent and you know how much weight is on your ball of foot. That came from Shihan Berrios in my Boken training sessions with him, and this is when I got to advanced levels, and that is the idea that a lot of people get really obsessed with trying to feel the weight and looking down and check their feet and control the weight by leaning forward or leaning backwards, right? But really what's happening is that how much you bend your knees has a massive effect on how much of your heel is in contact with the ground. So rather than shift your body to try and shift your weight backwards and forwards onto your ball of foot, try staying directly above it without moving your body back and forth and just bending your knees more, and the more they bend you'll feel that your heels are coming off the ground. It comes a point where they're off the ground, and as you straighten them up your heel touches back on again. So one of the things that you can do is whenever we're doing those exercises, you can just start bending your knees until you feel your heels start to basically be just leaving the ground but not actually have left it, still have so you have the ball of your heel is touching, and as you get less and less it's not dug into the ground and only the center of your heel is touching, and the peripheries of your heel you should feel leaving the mat ever so slightly. It's very subtle, but it's something that you can start to work on, not by moving your entire body weight but just by moving your knees, how much they're bent, and that really helps you get grounded. Eventually what we worked on with the Boken was this notion that not only is their heels loose on the ground, but there's 3 positions of that digging your ball of foot in. There's the standard, which we would call middle, and then there's back, which is ever so slightly more heel and less ball of foot, but the heels are still off, and you probably won't be able to see the difference. And then there's forward, where my heels are almost completely off the ground and I'm more dug in. My toes are feeling a little bit more pressure. So eventually you get that feeling of, see, my toes are kind of floating now. That's the back position, this is the middle position, and this is the front position. So nobody can see that. I can just tell you that's what I can feel, because it's whether my toes are digging in a little bit or my heel is touching more, that ball has got more surface. But it's a good exercise, especially for you and for senior students, to realize that you have that control, and it's all really based on your knees moving backwards and forwards ever so slightly, distributing the weight to your toes and ankles to your heels. Okay, so that was just an aside, but something I think is a really good thing you can work on. So we're going to do our Tai Sabakis, and when we do our Tai Sabakis, this becomes a really important factor, because as we come in, we're transferring our weight from this ball of foot to this ball of foot and coming through, right? So that ball of foot that you're pivoting on the front becomes the one that takes all of your weight so that you don't rock back. So we go dig in deep, come back, and then our bent knee will allow us to redistribute the weight back onto 50-50. Right, so if your knees are straight and you try and do that, you're going to end up always floating back onto that back heel. So control of your bent knees becomes a very important factor. Okay, let's just do it. Left foot forward, hitch, knee, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, Q, Ju, die, itch, knee, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, Q, Ju, die, and same thing with hitch step pivot, right? So the way to avoid coming onto that straightening, let me switch so the camera can see. The way that you switch and not transfer onto that back leg is by not straightening that back leg, but keeping them bent as you transfer the bent. It's actually what is the front foot takes weight as the back foot's coming in, and as you pivot it's transferring the weight onto your front foot, and that avoids you coming up like that. It took me many years to not straighten that back leg and pop up at the end to get taller, right? So think about keeping your head at the same level, and that will keep your legs bent, hopefully. At least that's what worked for me as the trick. Alright, let's do this. Ready, itch, knee, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, Q, Ju, die, itch, knee, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, Q, Ju, die. Now hitch that pivot with a fast count. Hitch, knee, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, Q, Ju, and die. Hitch, knee, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, Q, Ju, and yummy. Okay, so let's work on our stepping into center for Koichigari. So it's our basic stepping across the center line, bring your back foot with you, and then hook the back of their heel and push. Let me just bring out my boots. So again, we're assuming that the person has stepped in to throw a punch. So we're now in opposite stance with each other, and this way I'm stepping across the center line, not toe to toe, but as deep in as I can get, and then I have to bring my back foot with me all the way underneath me so that I can take the weight off the other foot and sweep. So the trick here is that the back foot doesn't just follow in, like in our basic push down, knock out the knee, push down stuff, but comes all the way in. And when I do it at speed, I basically do it that the one kicks the other out of place, like that, and it makes it totally take over all the weight of my body. So again, as we're coming in, we're kind of digging that ball of foot in, and like front position, digging your toes in, and as the back foot comes in, it kicks it out and takes over and allows you to put it underneath. So just as our basic exercise, we're going to do that. So again, broken down, but we're not going to do it broken down. We're just going to step in, back foot comes with, blade of foot on the ground behind their heel, hands are forward, and we push as we sweep, push in the opposite direction to our sweep. So that's our standard koichi-gari. Ready, left foot forward, and I'm just going to iterate that 10 times. Itch, and back, knee, and back, san, and back, shi, and back, gu, and back, rook, and back, sich, and back, hatch, and back, ku, and back, and ju, and back. And switch sides. Same thing, right foot forward, left foot coming in. Itch, and back, knee, and back, san, and back, shi, and back, gu, and back, rook, and back, sich, and back, hatch, and back, ku, and back, and ju, and back. So one of the things that's very useful is being able to twist, and I can twist on one side a lot better than I can on the other, so my left side doesn't twist as much because my left side is more screwed up. My right side can twist a lot. So I have a tendency to do right-sided koichis more than left sides. For the same reason I have a tendency to do right side harai goshis and others for exactly the same reason, that my body facilitates it better. So the reason that I'm bringing that up is that when you have a bias like that, that's when you end up switching up into the oichi-gari, because you could be going in for the right side and, oh wait, the other foot is forward. So now I'm going to do the O instead of the ko. And what's also quite common is, so let me get another shoe here. Is that they step back. They see you coming in, going for that foot. So I'm going to say this shoe here represents their front foot where it was. And I'm coming in and I'm telegraphing what I'm going to do. I'm staring at their foot and I'm going, oh, I'm going to sweep your foot. And I come in and I go like that, and they step over and their foot ends up in this rear position. Now I can cross step and come across and put my calf against their calf and do the oichi-gari. So that's one of the most common times. There's not that many times where oichi-gari comes in that handy. except for, of course, if they do a reverse punch, you are expecting them to come in and step in, and their punch comes in but their foot is still back, then you're right in position as you come in for that ko to just switch up as well. It's not usually one that you go in for directly, but anything that's not usual can be good because it's not expected. So, you know, every now and then it's not a bad idea to try and do the O. If they had the front foot forward, I'm in this position, and my normal one would be stepping into center and do the ko. I could just slide in and do the O to that front leg. That's a very unexpected technique because you're coming in the center with your same side forward as they have their side forward. You know, their hand would be out like this. So you'd have to come up the center and come in and push them like that. There are schools that actually do it like Osoto, which ends up being kind of a bit like a Harai or a Uchimata. And there are a lot of judo schools that will just go straight back like that. So the version that we're doing is doing the circular movement. So our ko goes in a semicircle and our o goes in a semicircle from the inside, the ichi versions, and then the ko from the outside and the o from the outside are different, right? So the sotos are different. What we're going to do is we're going to practice it as though we're going for ko. So we're going to step into the center, bring our foot with us, hook the heel, they step back. So then we have to go deeper. So it's sort of like a crescent step across to get behind their other heel and calf to calf. And you have to jump across so that you can do that. So what we're doing is we're basically doing this, right? So you're saying a linear one, you can do a linear one. You're pushing linearly forward, but the sweep, so it's a little bit like doing the breaststroke, right? You go forward and then you come out, right? But your feet go out. So this time you just don't have to do the out part with your arms. So it's like that. And the reason that it's preferable to do that is that you get more of their leg, right? If you just go straight back and you're pushing, their off balance is actually there, right? Because their legs are like this, so their tailbone is pointing there. That's where their off balance is. And you've come in like this, and if you sweep out and down, their leg moves away from their body in out and across, so you get more of their leg. This way they can actually step over you easier, but by bringing it out, you're basically buckling that knee a little bit and causing them to help you go down and take them down. That's the theory. Doesn't mean that it's necessarily the best. I think it's the best way to do it. I prefer to do it that way. Others are all good too, right? If you're in here and you manage to just take them straight back and push them straight forward, hey, if that works, it works. I just have a tendency, especially from my kickboxing, if somebody did that to me, if my foot's going straight back, I just have a tendency to pick it up, right? Or do this, even if it's a straight leg. If they sweep me, unless they're hooking it in some fashion and pulling it away, I have a tendency to just lift it. Whereas if it goes out and down, it's more likely to go with them. That's the theory. Doesn't mean that the others don't work. And in fact, if you do the straight back and you lift it like a Harai or like an Osoto, then if they're lifting their legs, you're kind of tracking it. So there's reasons for all the above, and they're all good. But the one we're practicing does the circle. So again, left foot forward, right foot steps in deep, back foot comes with, we hook the heel, they step over, we switch over, bring the back foot with us, and do our sweep. Give myself some more room here. So again, stepping in, back foot comes with, and then we crescent step around, back foot comes with, push and sweep. The other advantage of the sweep is they don't know what you're doing because it's not clear that it's going backwards. And ready, again, step in, hook, cross step, sweep. So when you actually do this, and this is a very common thing, we talk about this all the time in class, how you end up doing ko, o, if they keep stepping over your feet, right? Which still is possible even if you're doing it that fashion. So you get a little bit more traction that way. So you get used to doing, right? You're constantly hopping and distributing your weight onto your left while you're koing with your right. And you just need those little moments where the front foot takes the weight while the back foot catches up. Front foot takes the weight, back foot catches up. Front foot, back foot, front foot, back foot. So let's do a few quickly like that. And let's do 2 of each. So we do go ko, o, and o. And don't do what I'm doing, which is look down at the ground while you're doing it. You don't want to be telegraphing what you're doing. That's the one that'll really get them, is if you're looking here and you're like, wham, oh, go, oh, right? So ready? And you don't have to change your hand positions once you get in for the ko. So the ko is normally we're here, right? So we take this. When you come in for the O, you can just fold your elbow across their chest and come in, and then the push actually ends up being like that. Right, so you're pushing with your entire forearm across their chest. That way, if they step over, your hand is still there for the ko, and you can ko, o, ko. So you're just constantly alternating between the same grip. All right, ready? Ich, ko, o, o. And back. Ni, ko, o, o. And back. San, ko, o, o. And back. Shi, ko, o, o. Now I'm not leaning into the big push because I'm expecting maybe to have to keep doing another technique. But if you do get them going, then you make sure you push all the way down with the ko, right, with the o. Follow them once they get going. Okay, where are we? Shi, ko, o. And one more like that. Go, ko, o, o. All right, let's switch sides. So we're going to start out with just doing the ko to o and do the big push. So right foot forward, left foot steps in, back foot comes with, heel, and then switch over. And do the O. Again, stepping in, ko doesn't work, cross, O. Again, stepping in, ko doesn't work, cross over, O. Again, stepping in, ko doesn't work, cross over, O. One more time like that. In, ko, and big O. Alright, so let's add in the second set of each. So ko-o, ko-o. Ready, ich, ko-o, ko-o. Ni, ko-o, ko-o. San, ko-o, ko-o. Shi, ko-o, ko-o. And go. Ko-o, ko-o. Your foot is going back and sweeping to here. So instead of going back, it should go out and end up kind of like a huge Zenkutsu Dachi, right? You don't end up over here in Zenkutsu Dachi. You want to be directly behind your shoulder at the end. Yeah, so think of going out and then back, rather than back and then around, because you'll end up twisted. The next thing that we would do would be ko-o, ko-o, Morote, Osoto, or Taitoshi, or something that becomes a body drop, because if you're actually struggling with somebody and you're stepping in, they're going to be resisting, and then the last thing they're going to expect is to go in the direction they're resisting. So I don't have a lot of space, and none of us do, but the idea is ko-o, ko-o, but I've set up a pattern. My foot is in front of their front leg now, so their back leg is here, their front leg is here, their off balance is these directions, so I can literally just take them from where they are and throw them forward. So if we imagine their final position is there, right? So I go for my ko, they're gone. I go for my o, they step back. I go for the ko, step back. I go for the second o, I'm here, and now I can Morote, Ippon, or even do a really nice tight tosh to their rear leg. And they go forward because they've been resisting, and suddenly, oh, dead space. We've set up a pattern, so they're expecting the pattern to continue, hopefully. So we're not going to practice that because by the time you get in there, it's just too abstract. But know that that's the next thing in a sequence like that, is that you set up an expectation by setting up a pattern, and then you break the pattern. Right, they're standing off. We're sizing each other up, and they haven't stepped in and thrown the punch. But what we can do is we can go front leg, Maigeri, step out, rear leg, Maigeri, drop it in, and their front leg. So that's one of the other main places where I would imagine that you'd just be able to do and it's one of the very few that I think of where I would actually do O as something on its own before doing a ko, because you're actually dropping into that position where your foot is between them, and you could ko the rear leg or O the front leg. So let's just do that as our iteration here. So you can set up your shoes, this time with the left foot forward, their left foot forward, your left foot forward, and we're going to do a snap kick with our left, step out, snap kick with our right, come in, and O their front foot. Again, snap kick left, step out, snap kick right, step in, O. So I have a tendency to, so myself and Sensei Marie do this slightly differently. When she does the snap kick, she goes left leg over and switch. So now she's, I'm sorry, she goes left leg over like this. Now the right leg's in front. Then she does the switch and does the rear leg, right leg. I slur those two together, so I do kick and I step out and just automatically come in to right leg back and then step in. So I'm slurring her switch and her changing stance. It's not important, you can do it either way. Both are equally effective. But the whole point is that the snap kick, so again, let me get my dummy here. So they're going to be slightly turned. If they have their left foot forward, they're going to be slightly turned like this. So their front is pointing more towards the 45. So the idea here is that our front snap kick is taking us over to the side so that we can face onto their open face, their turned body. The snap kick just distracts them. The second kick hits them and we step in, and now their off balance is straight back. So, right? Which is why we don't just do a rear leg Maigari coming in and try and land in here. You can do it. And often I'll do a front leg Maigari to get in and do the O to the back foot, right? So you can use the O or the snap kick to bring you in, get all the way close to their body, and then O their back foot. But let's not do that just yet, we'll do that next. For now we're doing 1, 2 and in. I'll leave it up so we can use it as a target. Don't kick your dressmaking dummy. It's not made for kicking. So they're turned onto us. So we have a side angle. We go snap kick, stepping out, rear leg, bring us in, O the front foot. Again, kick out, kick in, O. Again, kick out, kick in, O. Again, kick out, kick in, O. Very important to get all your body in so that you're all the way against your chest. So now, because I know I'm going for O, I don't go across their body. I don't need to control the opposite shoulder. I just go in almost like I'm going to go in for Tai Toe or Muay Thai clench. Both forearms all the way on their body, hands on both shoulders, and O like that. You just got to make sure that your elbows are in, because they don't kick you up the center as you drop down. Even by accident, falling backwards, then you can come up. So make sure your push is defensive with your elbows. Ready? Kick out, kick in, O. Let's do a couple more. Kick out, kick in, O. One more on that side. Kick out, kick in, O. And of course, the in is from your dropping chamber leg. It's not foot down and slide in, it's drop in. So all your body weight crashes into them. So even if they have their guard up, you crash into their guard, you're fine. You're still pushing them onto their heels. and then you can take that leg out. Okay, let's switch feet. Turn the opposite direction. Right foot forward, kick out, kick in. Oh. And move this back a bit so I have room. Right foot forward, and away. My right foot forward, kick out, kick in, and oh. So the position of where you step out to, you have to give yourself enough room to do the second kick. Don't crowd yourself. So kick, basically step sideways, because now your rear leg can reach and bring you in. And boom. Sideways, but still in a bit. Right foot forward, kick out, kick in. Oh. I also tend to push almost with my head, so it's that much of a body drop, is that, you know, my head is coming in behind my hands, my whole body is being applied to this. Again, she, kick out, kick in, oh. Go, kick out, kick in, oh. And let's do it one more time like that and have a look. Kick out, kick in, oh. So you can even do this against a wall, because it's good to have that feeling of, when I do the O, I can commit by pushing against something, right? Rather than trying to balance and imagine what it's like. If you have something to push against, then you can bend that knee deeper and get down lower. What we're going to do this time, so same thing, they have left foot forward, they're turned away from us, and we're just going to do our basic snap kick and come in with an elbow, right? So normally this is just a 1-2 punch, right? Normally I'll just go boom, boom, like that, and just come in. So as I come in, I'm like this, and now if they don't go, I can hook that front foot and do the original version where I'm pushing with my forearm. Right, so they're like this. I do my snap kick and come in, elbow, not very effective for whatever reason. I can even grab this arm here and do my O from there. Right, so it's a quicker in because I'm coming right down the center. It can be somewhat dangerous, right? So one of the reasons that we don't always come down the center with our first thing, that's what the snap kick is. The snap kick is getting us in to do what's basically a very short roundhouse. So the roundhouse isn't coming in the center. Hopefully they're going to defend against that and stay turned. Now their leg is vulnerable because I'm still leaning against them. So let me take off these glasses. So let's do it that way. So again, we're both in left foot forward. They're in fighting stance, I'm in fighting stance. And usually, if there's some distance, you're going to step in and kick, right? Take over. You can't kick from back here because you end up leaning backwards. So you bring your foot in, you kick, come in, hook, sweep. As Sensei Stephen says, they got to learn to expect the unexpected, right? So just when I was saying this isn't what you do, then this is what you do. So itch, in, elbow, sweep. Knee, elbow, sweep. San, elbow, sweep. And let me just get away from the dummy so I don't break it. she, kick, in, elbow, sweep. And of course, what you really want to do is arrive that elbow at the same time as your body drop happens. So it's not a like that, it's a full body blow. Again, she, kick, elbow, sweep. Go, kick, elbow, sweep. Rook, kick, elbow, sweep. Seach, rook, kick, elbow, sweep. I wasn't sure if I did seach. I did seach, I skipped rook. Anyway, let's jump to hatch, whichever one I did last. Hatch, kick, elbow, sweep. Coup, kick, elbow, sweep. And Joe, kick, elbow, sweep. Let's switch feet. So their right foot is forward, our right foot is forward. And again, we're just right down the center, right? So kick, elbow. Oh, I just did koichigari. So that's a tendency, right? I have a tendency to do everything with my right foot. And the first thing I come in, and this is my most common thing, is come in and do a koichigari. But what we want to do, so if you don't cross over the center line when you drop in, kick, elbow, rear foot, can do the unexpected, right? That's their O. So I tend to be right-footed, right? And let's go again. Let's start from knee. Kick, elbow, hook, sweep. San, kick, elbow, sweep. Shi, kick, elbow, O. Shi, kick, elbow, O. Go, kick, elbow, O. Kick, elbow, O. That was rook. Seach, kick, elbow, O. Hatch, kick, elbow, O. Coup, kick, elbow, O. And Ju, kick, elbow, O. Alright, so we're going to do a quick alternate. I'm going to have a quick look at it, and that should be good for today. So the alternate is, we're going to go, switch your feet, kick, elbow, koichigari with the kicking leg, and then back to the same thing, kick, elbow, O with the rear leg. So again, kick, elbow, ko, kick, elbow, O. And equally, if it had been the other one that we were doing, you have the same issue, right? Or the same possibilities. Kick, kick, in, O, or rear, ko. So we get to alternate those two. Harder to do a ko to the rear foot, not something we do often, but definitely alternating between O and ko for the front foot is a lot easier, so that's the one we're going to be playing with. Okay, so left foot forward, kick in, elbow, ko, Now the O, kick in, elbow, O. Again, kick in, elbow, ko. Kick in, elbow, O. And now without the dummy. Kick in, elbow, ko. Kick in, elbow, O. So there's a slight pause to the O because you got to get your back foot into place, which is that's why it's also unexpected, because they're struggling with your elbow, right? And they think maybe you're going to ko them. Alright, again, kick in, elbow, ko. Kick in, elbow, O. It really depends which is the preference to do, depends on where your foot lands, right? So, I'll do it towards camera here. If I kick and I come right down the center and I bring my back foot with me, the ko is really easy. The O, I have to be more over here to get to. So if I know I'm going to do the O, I'm going to plant my foot towards their back foot so that I can come around easier as it brings it in. If I bring my back foot with me, I'm going to ko. If I want to do the O, I could have to do a little hop and a skip if I'm in that position. So often when you're in this position, you don't know. They're going to move, right? They're in motion too. They're not going to just stand there and let you do your technique. So where your foot lands relative to them is often where they end up moving to as you're dropping and coming in. And that gives you a sudden, like, oh, I can be better off doing this than this. Okay, so let's switch feet and do that back and forth. Right foot forward and kick in, elbow, ko. Kick in, elbow, O. Kick in, elbow, ko. Kick in, elbow, O. Kick in, elbow, oops, ko. I meant to do the O there. So yeah, it's good that we have the O choice, right? And kick in, elbow, O. One more set and then we'll have a look at you. Kick in, elbow, ko. And kick in, elbow, O. Jumping jacks. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Rook, sich, hatch, ku, jo. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Rook, sich, hatch, ku, jo. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Rook, sich, hatch, ku, jo. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Rook, sich, hatch, ku, jo. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Rook, sich, hatch, ku, jo. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Rook, sich, hatch, ku, and two. And yummy. And twist right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, and drop into low shikadach. Straighten your legs. Just to your right knee, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, jo. left, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hitch, ku, shu. I don't know why we say chest to your knees, because I actually put my nose against my knee. My chest is nowhere near it. Let's come into a squat. And do our toe raises from here. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, chu. Come into shikadach. Or not shikadach, seiza, sorry. That would have been confusing. Twist right, left, hands behind your head, coming forward. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju. And at this point my head is actually bouncing off the ground. I feel like if I had a hole in the ground I could even go deeper, so I'm getting better at doing that than when we started. Alright, sideways, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hatch, ku, ju, and twist right, left, hands in plow, sliding across the floor, keep your butt on your heels, stretch forward, back, up, twist right, left, and shake it loose. And let's call that good for today. I don't feel any stitches popping in my back, so I did well. Ready for Moxo. Moxo. Moxo yummy. Now to get the exam stuff. And thanks again for joining me. Hope to see you next time.